Okay.
Okay, now it's being recorded. So actually,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a soft person, right? But I can be a little strict when I give out an assignment or I'm expecting something, then you do not meet up. Let me tell you something. Everyone is busy. Like you are busy very much, but even maybe busier than me. But then it doesn't matter. In this case, I'm like the tutor, right? I'm also a pharmacy student, and maybe I mean you schooled in Milan. You should know a little about pharmacy student how intensive it
Like the
is.
time. Yes.
Yeah. So everyone is busy, but then you just have to be disciplined all through the 3 months. And I promise you, by the time you are done with 3 months, you are already a pro, and you even work through the business analysis class. Anyway, let's just continue. So what was
Okay.
last thing I said? Now, the cell. Now you can just
Mm.
okay. I think I was saying something about status bar.
Okay.
Now, when I click on any cell, you can see it is saying what it is saying ready. But now let
Ready.
me double click. What is it saying? When I double click on it, it's
Enter.
saying what enter.
Enter.
Now that means this particular cell is ready for me to enter any number. Can you see? So now if I click
Okay.
on the cell, it is saying that it is ready. But when I double click, what is it saying? It's saying enter.
Enter.
That means it is ready to enter. Now
Mm.
let's just enter random value. So now these are random value, right? Now let me just
Mm.
highlight all of them. So if you actually look at the status bar, you can see we already
Yes.
have some information about this. Can you see? Let me just increase it so
Yes.
you can see it better. Maybe when you are watching it again. So you can see we have
Mm. I can see.
some is 676,166 already. That means I'm
Mm.
already getting a little bit information about this. Then you can see that we have four numbers. That's count equals to what 4. Then you
Oh.
can see the average. It's already calculating the average here. So now you can actually right click on this status bar and it will actually give you a list of what it can do. And let's say we want to see the maximum. So let's
Mm.
click on the maximum. Let's click out. Let's see. Maximum is 564,565, and obviously that's the
Mm.
maximum. So you can also right click
Mm.
on that status bar and click on what the minimum. Let's look at the minimum, and it's giving
Mm.
us the minimum is what 67. So now that means even though you don't have any mathematical background, you don't have any statistic background, so can you
Mm.
see you can just walk through Excel without having any problem. So basically, that's how to use Excel. I guess by now you should be familiar with the interface very well, even
Yes.
better
Yes.
than the way you know it before. Now let's just
Mm.
write. Let's continue. Now let's write a long number. So now, when you see something like this, what does it mean? Can you see? If
Yes.
I click out, I'm seeing something like
Three points. Five.
3.54677E plus 22.
Twenty
Right? What does
two.
that mean? So if I actually click on that cell and I look at my formula cell, oh, I did not say this thing. This is actually our formula bar. This particular
Mm.
FX, you can see from the word Excel, it's just like formula bar. So that's basically the only thing I've not explained here. Okay, I've not explained one more thing. The clipboard here. The clipboard is just like where you can do some shortcuts. You can easily save here and easily click to
Okay.
your file here. You can do undo and redo here. Then you can,
Mm.
when you save it from book one, it will actually save, it's actually changed to the name of the saved file. So basically, that's what we call the
Mm.
clipboard, right? So,
Okay.
what else?
So
Okay,
why is
basically, that's it.
the figure, why is it adding into it? Like the 3 points.
Now, yes, exactly. That's what I want to tell you. So now, if you see something like this, don't panic. It doesn't, what it means basically is just like this particular cell is big, but it's not big enough to contain all the number here. So if I just go to this column here, now look at my cursor. How does it look like? It look like a cross, right? So
Mm.
once I click on this column header, it changes
Mm.
to downwards looking arrow, right? If I go
Mm.
on this column F, it looks the same way, but there is a borderline between column E and F, right? So you can see
Yes.
when I place my arrow there, it look like a double edged arrow, right?
Yes.
So I can just left click, then increase the width of my cell. Now it's still
Okay.
telling me that okay, the width is not long enough. And let's just keep increasing it. I don't know, it's a when.
Mhm.
What's going on? Okay. Probably that's too long. But, okay, I think he rounded it up. Maybe there is a self-formatting. I'm not trying to. There's a way I can edit that as well.
Mm.
This is our first class. Okay, look at this. So now let's double click. One, two. Okay. Why is not there? Anyway, it means don't worry, we still get hold of it. I don't know what's happening currently.
Okay.
Uh, Basically, it just means that the cell is not long enough to. Maybe you should write a couple of it. Okay. Did I know? Okay, maybe I'll just change it to number. Okay, basically that's what I would not want to tell you. So can you see?
Okay.
There's a way to debug it, but let's just take it one by one. So basically, I can actually change it by enlarging the cell width. Well, I don't just know what was happening. So now that just the same thing with when you see something like hash 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 hash, it means
Uh,
that the cell is too small for it to show. So if you actually click on the cell, you can actually see number. So once you just enlarge it, you will be able to see. Basically, that's what it's supposed
uh,
to show. Do you understand that? So that's basically
yes.
that's what I was trying to explain. So I actually have a note prepared. So let me just look through my notes. Oh, what's happening? Okay. So it does give me a minute. Let me send it on my phone.
Okay.
So I sent a
Yeah.
note to you.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah. Thank you.
So I think we have done justice to what is data analysis. So then we
Mm.
have quite a number of tools we use as a data analyst. We have Excel. Basically, now let me tell you something. When you are
Okay.
working with, maybe when you start your business analysis, the thing is you may not actually use Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Python in this particular order. You may be taught Excel, SQL,
Uh,
Power BI. You may not exactly use Power BI, but I think UK use Power BI. But I know Korea, South Korea, not to use they use Tableau. So they may actually
Mm.
the thing is the knowledge is transferable. So they may actually use Python. I think they should use Python. There's actually a lot of them. We have Google Looker, we have OnLooker, we have the Arc Studio. We have a lot of analytics tools. But the thing is,
So, okay.
the knowledge is transferable. Do you understand?
Yes. Mm.
So it's more like if you understand Power BI very well, it will
Mm.
you will still learn Tableau, but the way you will understand the Tableau, it will be very easy compared to someone
Mm.
just starting out and from the scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, so because I don't know the syllabus, I don't know what will be taught there. So I'll just go with the basic tools that we think of a normal data analyst in
I think
Nigeria.
Power BI is, I think that's what it is.
Power BI. What about
Yes.
SQL? SQL.
I think they do too, because there's one online course, although I didn't finish it then, but then it consists of this Power BI.
Okay, great. What about Python?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so we just focus on this first one.
Mm.
Um, so why I actually not talk about social media because as a data analyst, you actually need a lot of data and social media, but then you are studying it
Mm.
for school. You are not studying for a side also, which is why I will now
No, I'm wait. I, I'm doing that, but then obviously everybody is doing it to get something doing later.
yeah. So one
Uh,
thing about
so
being
if
data
I the
analyst
job
is that
aspect, you can just discuss that one too.
one thing about being a data analyst is that there are a lot of data analysts out there, but there is something that differentiates all of us, right?
Mm,
Now you can
mm,
let's say you are a data analyst, you are a professional data analyst.
mm,
If you do not put yourself out there, nobody will come to your room to say, "Oh, I have a data. Do you understand? Analyze this
mm,
data for me." Data analysis is not something a roommate will say, "I have a data." It is someone that is outside your environment or maybe
mm,
an industry will need your help. Basically, that means for you to attract and that opportunity, you have to be online where the job is being circulated or being org. Do you get?
mm,
And that's why if you are looking for a side hustle, the thing is, let me just tell you a short story. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this because I'm just supposed to focus on the teaching, but then you need some story to actually brace you up for impact
mm,
or for the future. So the thing is, when I was starting out, when I was learning data analysis back then,
mm,
so 4 months into learning it, I got a job. How? Because I was posting everything I was learning every day. Oh, today I learned about this, this, this. So I was just
mm,
posting it like just like an accountability for myself, right?
mm,
So then I just saw a message in my DM that one final year guy in Nigeria doing just tell me, okay, can you analyze a final year research for me? I was like, okay, let's see. What are you supposed to do? He told me all the stuff he's expecting. Then I think I could do it that time. Then I got the job. Then I got a pay. I got paid. Though it was
mm,
little, but at least I got paid.
mm,
Now the bottom line is if I was not posting about what I was doing, the person would
mm.
not have walked to my room to tell me that
Yes.
he has a data to analyze. It
Mm,
is not something a neighbor will tell you that, oh, do this thing. They can only refer you. They can only refer you when they know you are doing it. And how will they know you are doing it is when you are getting job outside your comfort zone. So that means
mm,
one of the things that will attract or that will fast track your data analysis journey is how serious you take social media. So majorly the social media this. And basically, one best thing about being in UK, because actually we in Nigeria actually try to go into the UK market, but then it's
Mm,
quite harder for us. But then there are a lot of freelancing uh, freelancing option there that
mm,
immediately you can easily set up your profile there. You don't
mm,
even need to be that professional. I'm telling you, you can learn on the job.
mm,
It doesn't need to be professional. Just set it up. Maybe as long as you get clarity in this course, just set your profile up and try to maximize you being in first world country. To be
mm,
honest, in Nigeria, we get job as a professional. Obviously, there are a lot of jobs for professional. But the thing is, I mean, you were here before. The thing is,
mm,
when you want to work with the top national company, you telling them that you are from Nigeria, they already think you are part of the people that
mm.
scams,
Yes, it's
or
very
they
hard
think
to get
you.
into the job
Yeah.
market.
So
Mm,
now that you are there, you have to like maximize the opportunity. Me personally, I can only get the job because I actually stopped a long time because um it's like um I don't even have the time anymore. Let me be truthful. I
even
don't have the time
office
because I have.
too, remote works too. It is with the
Yeah,
location done.
it is very hard. No,
Mm,
I do get it actually. I do get it through referral because I've been in the game quite a while. I told you I have 3 years experience now, 4 years now. So I've been in the game quite a while, so a lot of people know me already. So I can only get job through referral on this online platform. So, but there was
mm,
a time I stopped because of school, because I'm trying to start my own school to like my own virtual training school. Then
mm,
I have some commitments I'm responsible for. Basically all of those things and the job is out there. So I just leave it that okay, maybe when eventually when I leave the country, probably we pick it up where we stopped to get.
mm.
So,
I guess.
but then what I'm trying to tell you is that you are a bit advantageous. It won't be easy. That's the truth. Because you
Mm,
think you are not the first person to get the information. A lot of people are already there in the UK, I
yes.
mean UK. So a
Mm,
lot of people, a lot of data analysts there. So you have to compete with. Now, the difference between a data analyst, the difference between them is that they want to know who is more professional, right?
mm,
It's more like there are a lot of pharmacists out there. You only
mm,
buy those from people who sell themselves better, who are more professional. So you have to do project worthy professional, to talk about yourself, then you act the game and then you get jobs. It's that easy. It won't come easy, but then it's strategy. You have to place yourself. I mean, it's a game. It's
mm.
a game of life. Yeah, it's a game of life. So, I mean, it is like that everywhere in the world. Maybe
Yes,
not.
actually.
I don't know why I'm talking like I've been to any part except this. Anyway, so let's continue. So I think I've explained difference between
Mm,
workbook and worksheet. Then you already know what a name box is now. So you already
mm,
know what menu tab is. What about ribbon? You have the status bar
yes.
also, then tax bar. So navigating Excel workbook. Okay, now the next thing is difference, different type of primitive value. Okay. Now let's look at the difference between the things I'm trying to write. So my name is Shitu. I guess I'll just um, so I'm using this to track our call. But in case you cannot hear me, just try to interrupt me. I know
Okay.
you cannot hear me.
But the video, I think it's kind of muted or something. Sorry, the audio recording.
You can't hear me currently.
I can hear you. I said, is the recording not muted like that?
No, 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 no. It will come out just fine.
Okay.
So we have Shitu. Now just tell me the difference between this. What's my system again? Now, what are the difference between this number? These things I've written.
The difference between them.
Yeah. What's the most obvious difference between them?
Mm, the first one is a name. Second one just year. Then the last
Okay.
one day, month,
Okay,
maybe
maybe
month.
because I wrote here.
Okay.
Okay. Now the answer that was not the answer I was expecting. What I expect is
Mm.
that I want you to tell me that there are some that are aligned to the left and there are some that are aligned to the right.
Oh,
So
the placement.
can you tell me,
Mhm.
eh?
I
So
said the
do you know the
placement.
reason? Yeah, do you know the reason why some are aligned to the left, why some are aligned to the right?
Mm.
Now we have two type of data type. We have the numeric data type.
I think I need to jot something.
No, don't worry, there is recording for you. So you can just jot
Oh,
them.
okay.
So
Uh,
just pay maximum attention now. We have
okay.
the numeric data type and we have the text data type. So now these are broad classification. We still narrow it down. So now these numeric data type are the one that are aligned to the right, while the one aligned to the left are text data type. That means this is like ordinary number and this is a date. Now that means date is actually classified as a number under Excel. Now
Okay.
these are special character or sometimes they call it alphanumeric, right? Because something like this can be there, maybe like A, W, E. If these alphabets and these numeric. So let's say something like two, alphanumeric two. So can you see it is still aligned to the left, right?
Mm.
So now, why do we need all these things? These are text data type. All the one aligned to the left are text data type. Why the one aligned to the right are what numeric data type? So now, why do we
Mm.
need all of these things? The thing is, now let's say we are doing data cleaning. I guess you should have heard something about that. When we
Yes,
are doing
yes.
data cleaning, and you are doing something like this, sheet two, you have read one, you have read one, you have read one, then you have something like 23. So by mere looking at this, you already
Mm.
know that something is off because everything here is aligned to the left, while one is aligned to the right. So you want
Mm.
to know, okay, how can I delete this one or replace it with something? So basically, when you
Mm.
know don't worry, we see the use case as we progress through the course. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay.
So now, another question you need to ask me is that why do we classify date under numeric data type because date should be another
Sure.
classification. Yeah.
Okay.
So now let's do something like this. 0, 1. I need you to pay maximum attention here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So now when you click on this date, so under our home tab, under this number section, you can see we have general where I went the other time. So now
Mm.
let's click on this drop down, then click on short dates. So that
Mm.
means what was there before is 0, right?
Mm.
So now let's change this. This 0 is just ordinary number. Now let's change
Mm.
1. Go to your home tab under your number section. Click on this drop down. Click on what short date 1.
Mm.
Now that means 0 in Excel means that 1900. What does that mean? Obviously, there is nothing like 10 if this is a date. Now let's say
Mm.
1. Wait, 1 was there before, right?
Yes.
1900. That means Excel was programmed to start its first date on the 1st of January 1900. Do you get?
Mm. Yes.
Now, let's say we have something like 23. That would be 23 of January 1900.
Mm.
Now, if you have something like 4356, right? And you want to convert this one to date, that means that would be 4,356 days after 1st of January 1900. Do you
Mm.
get?
I don't understand. Call me this.
Get it right. Now, let me try to do it again. 0, one.
Mm,
These are ordinary number.
mm,
Steven,
yeah.
now let me just write 4356 and let me write 40,356. Now these are just random numbers, not like I
Mm,
count anything. So now I want to repeat everything that I've written here. Control C. So basically, I'll just repeat them there, not like nothing different. So I want to change all of these to dates. Then I want to so you can see their numbers here, then the
mm,
dates here. You get. So now
okay.
let's try. Let's change it one by one. So I can actually just highlight it and change everything. But let's change it one by one. So now the zero is a number, but I'm trying to change it to what? To a date. So I'll just go
Okay.
under this place, click on my short date here. So it is giving 10900. That means 0 days after first of 1900. After January
Oh,
first of. Now this means 1 day after first of 1900. So now let's change this one to uh is giving 11900. Now 4356 means 4356 days after first of January 1900. Do you get that?
mm,
Now it is giving us 4300. It is giving us uh 412. That's
um,
December 4.
April.
December 4. No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no. This is my date here. Look at my date here. 1 2. That means this is January
Oh,
first
oh,
before. So this is actually the month before the this is actually the month before the day. Do you understand?
okay.
So it
Mm,
depends on the calculate. It depends on your own laptop clock, laptop calendar or laptop date
okay.
format. So now 40,356 will be 40,356 days after
Mm,
1st of January 1900. That means Excel is not programmed to be before 1900. So
mm,
can you see? 40,356 days is 2010, 27th of
okay.
June. Do you get? So now,
So you are converting
because they are,
the okay.
now
You
let me
are
write it there.
converting the numbers to the okay.
Yes. Now, because they are interconvertible, and that's why both
Mm,
of them are under numeric data type. Do you get that now?
okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just look at what is next. Okay. I think you already know how to do different data types now. You already know different type of primitive value. Basically, different type of primitive value is also the same thing as different type of data type. So
Okay.
format, numbers, and letter. Basically, we have done everything here. Everything I mean by this one, we've done it. So now let's just go back to where now. Let me just load one data set for you because this is what we'll be working with when
Okay.
it's yeah, you can see how big they are. But it doesn't really matter. So now let's say I want to know how big this data is. So you just click on this, the first tool here. So you just click
Mm,
on Control down arrow, control and down arrow. So you can see it is giving me 15,751 rows. So it doesn't really
okay.
mean because actually Excel is like 1,400,000 and something rows. So you can if you click on control down arrow, can you see one
Mm,
million 48,576? That means Excel can only contain 1 million rows of data. So
okay.
actually, as a data analyst, you actually work with 70,000, 250,000, even sometimes you work with 700,000 rows of data. If
Mm,
you're in Python, you can work with 10 million rows of data. Even Excel is
okay.
limited, and that's why you should ask a lot of questions that okay, why do we even need a lot of analytics tool? The limit
Mm,
of Excel is because it has limited row. It only has 1 million rows. Now imagine you are a data analyst in a bank. Do you know how many
mm,
transactions that goes on in a minute? So
mm,
about a million transactions. Now let's say GT Bank now. In all GT Bank branch in Nigeria, in just a minute they will have more than 1 million transactions, right?
Mm, yes, yes.
Now, do you think it is ideal for them to store their data on Excel?
No, it's no
If they
content.
can, if yes, if they can just exhaust it in a minute, it won't contain it, and that's why they use something like Python so that they can store their data in the cloud,
Okay.
or they use something like SQL so they can store their data in the cloud. Do you understand now?
Yes,
Yeah. So you can just press Control up arrow. So basically, that's how to. This is not what I want to open, but then I just try to open it so you actually see that we have a lot of data. And we will not be working with all these 1, 2, 3, but then these are very, very important when you start
for
from the
the
basics.
okay, sorry, for the rows and the column, does it contain the same amount of data?
Oh, the columns is not exhaustive. Is not cannot be exhausted. So
Okay.
now after R, after Z now we have A. So when you are done with AZ, so can you see we have B? When you are done with B, we have C. When you are done with C, do you understand? It cannot be exhausted.
Mm,
Cannot be exhausted. The columns cannot be exhausted, but the rows can be exhausted.
I guess.
Okay. So do you have any more questions?
No, no, that's fine.
Okay. Now I was trying to do something else. So now we have some basic functions and formulas.
Mm,
Functions and formulas. Now before I talk much about this, if you actually look at these menu tabs, we have something called formulas here. So now let's just explore that one. So now you
okay.
can see we have various formulas there. I hope
Mm.
you actually understand everything we have been doing, sir.
Ah, I don't want to talk, but so it won't be
Mhm.
like if you are the one taking me now. You know, some people don't like it when you interrupt when they are teaching things. If I do, I will surely talk.
Yeah, just
After
no,
saying,
the thing is you are paying for one-to-one teaching. So I'm
mm,
expecting you to actually understand virtually everything that I say.
yes, I do. Anyone I do, like I'll talk now. I'll speak up if
I
I
mean,
do.
yeah, just be free. Mustafa was a great student of mine. I mean, he could tell you for him to even recommend this, probably. I knew he recommend this to you.
You will pay for it.
Honestly. So anyway, so we have formulas there. So we have the different formulas there. We have the auto sum.
Mm,
Obviously, from the word auto sum, that means you
mm,
can sum the different numbers. You can perform the average, count the number, do the
mm,
max. Like what we did with the status bar the other time, then do the
mm,
minimum, right?
okay.
So we also have the one I recently used because I've been using a lot of stuff lately. And you see, these are the things I've used lately,
Mm,
right? So then we have some
okay.
financial. These are the stuff you will be working with as I don't know, business. Yeah, you guys will work with a lot of finance stuff. Now,
Finance, yes, yes.
I may not really be grounded in this financial
Aspect.
function. But then, yeah, but then I will put you to that you will be able to use anything you need to do. Then we have the logical, you'll be using this to a lot. Then we have the text, yeah, you'll be using some of these. Obviously, you cannot be using everything because imagine if you are using a finance, there is a probability that you will not be using the math and trick, right? Except
Mm,
if you are an engineering person, there's a probability that you'll be using math and trig and you'll not be using the finance. So for someone
okay.
like me, which actually I am niching it down to health data analyst. So I just use some of financial their formulas, then
Mm,
I just use them like randomly, right? We have more functions too, can you see? We have for statistics, we have the engineering on, we have the field,
mm,
we have like a lot of them that it's not expected for an individual to understand
mm,
everything except that's your field. You get that?
okay.
Yeah, sure. So now, that's all about the formula. Now there's difference between formulas and functions. So now let's just
Mm.
say I want to do, we have two here, we have two here, right? So when we say function, yeah, when you say function, you want to do something like this one, 2 plus 2.
Mm.
Now, can you see when I want to start mine, what do I start with? I start with an equals to. That means,
Equals to.
yeah, when you want to write anything, maybe function, maybe formulas, you have to start with
Mm.
with what? With an equals to.
Equals
So
to.
you want to do 2 plus, where's my plus? Can you see it's giving us what? 4, right?
Oh, yes.
So
Yes.
now let's say I just do something like 2 plus 2, then I click on enter. Is it giving me anything? No,
No.
because I don't start with what equals to. Once I add
Equals
equals
to.
to, can you see I edit it in this formula bar? So I just
Mm.
click on enter. Can you see it actually changes to 4? So the equals
Okay.
to means that okay, calculate this thing. So now that's formulas. So now let's do for that's function. So now let's do
Okay.
formula. Formula is um just the pre-informed how can I explain it? How can I define it? They are like the um pre-informed rule. I don't know if that's correct, but something like this song. Can you see we have a lot of formulas there? Like this, when I call on this particular song, it means that
So
whatever I'm writing behind it, I want this particular Excel to actually calculate the
so add
sum of
it
it,
up. Okay.
to add it together. So that's what we call function and
Mm.
formulas. Okay. So now you can just click on your tab key. Can you see it's added the what do you call it? The
The
bracket for
number.
me. But now
Okay.
the bracket for me. Now it is now asking for number one. Can you see it is in bold text? Like what is the first
Mm.
number that I want to add? I want to add this as my first number. Then add
Okay.
after number one, what does it say? It says comma,
Number two.
right? Number two, I want to add two together. So now let me just say I want to add these two together. So now you can see this one is actually in square bracket. That means it is optional. You may have number two, you may not have number three. So because it is in square bracket, doesn't really mean you we need to complete it. So just close your
Mm.
bracket, then click on enter, right? So can you see we still have the same thing? So that's the difference between function and formula. Function and formula. Function is just like you are add coding. It is not dynamic. It's something like you are doing
Mm.
2 plus 2. But
Mm.
formula is something like there is pre-installed rule that whenever you write something like sum. Now we want to do, we have, let me just write some average number here. Now, will it be wise of me to start doing something like this? This particular one plus
Mm.
this particular, now imagine I have 500,000 rows of data. Do you think I will add everything one by one? No.
It's
And
okay to look at them.
that's why we need to embrace the for using formulas. So now, one thing about this formula is we have written sum now. I can just highlight everything that I want to sum. Now we're saying E14 to E17. What does that mean? E14. What is E14?
The row line column.
E14. Can you see? And the same thing
Mm.
with E17. Now, what's the meaning of this semicolon? It means that E14 all the way towards E17. Then you can
Seventeen.
just close your brackets. Can you see? It
Mm.
added everything to me,
Mm.
for me. It added everything up for me. Now, imagine if I have 500,000 rows, I would just do sum, highlight all the whole cell. Then in a single click, I will have this sum, right? So instead of doing this one plus this one plus this one, which will take a lot of time. Do you understand that
Mm.
now? Now,
Yes.
let's say I want to calculate the average of this. I'll just do something like this equals to average. Now, when I write AVE, I've written AVE already. Now, the first option is giving me what is average. But I actually want to use this average. So you just click on your use your down arrow, then click on your
Mm.
tab key to select the option. Can you see?
Mm.
Now it is asking you for a number. You can just highlight it that I want to find the average of this thing. And the calculation it will be performing is that it will add all of this, then divide it by what? By 4. You understand?
Mm.
Like that, like the basic math now. So just click on that, and then there you have it. So now you
Since
can
we are
also do,
looking, since we want to calculate average, right?
yeah, let me just write some here so you will know, um,
Okay.
so you will remember when you want to do, when you are watching it again. So we have our marks. Now tell me, let's say I want to find the maximum value here. What do you think our function, our formula will be?
For the maximum, the
Yeah, we want
it
to
will be
calculate the
the
maximum. So what will
yeah,
be
it
the
will
stuff I will write here?
you open the this thing, you pick the sum and the average
No, when you say max, like I'm trying to look at the number that is
out
the
of the
biggest number
number.
among the four. Yeah. So I'm
Okay,
trying
that will
to
be
not
5.
use, yes, I know that will be five. But then now imagine we have 500,000 rows that you cannot easily see which one is the highest there. So I want to use formula to actually fish it out, which one will be the hardest. So what will be the first thing I will first type?
um,
If you want to type anything function or formula, what is first thing you need to type?
equals to
That's first thing. Now, what are you trying to do? You are trying to do what?
look for the maximum.
So, what do you think the form this function formula will be?
You
It will be
click on
max
the
now. It will be max. That's what I
oh,
expect you to say. So it will be
um,
max. So click on max. So now max is the second option. Click on your tab
um,
key. So then you will highlight this one. Then close your bracket. So it is now the one that will tell you that okay, 563,743 is the max. Now let's do same. What about me? Now let's do for me. So what will be the first thing I write here?
equals to
Mhm.
then right click, then pick the minimum.
Right. Click on my tab key. Then I will highlight
Then
this,
pick
right?
the um,
You can see we have the 32, which is actually correct. Now, the
um,
same thing for, let's say I'm trying to use, let me see the one I can, uh, ah, very good. Anyway, let's use something like DB. Now that I know DB, now look at DB now. Let's say I'm trying to know, I don't know whatever DB is. Now DB,
um,
there's something called DB. I click on my tab key. Now what's the first thing it is asking for? It's asking for
cost.
the cost. So now let's say this is the cost of the goods. I'll click
Um,
on comma. It's asking for salvage. I don't know what does that mean. What does mean? I'll click on this one, comma. It's asking for life. You will just keep supplying the value.
um,
I mean, you will, then it's asking for what? Period. Now let's say this
um,
is a period, comma. Now this one is in square bracket. That means I really do not need this one. It is optional. I may add this, I may not add this. So I don't want to add that. I'll just close my bracket, then click on enter. It is giving me an error. Probably it's not
um,
supposed to. Uh, probably I did something wrong. Not like I did something wrong. Probably maybe the DB is expecting, sorry, this period, life, 326,000. I mean, maybe there are certain life. I mean, you have to be an expert to actually use this type of stuff. But then you understand how to, you actually need to just follow whatever the thing is saying. So don't need to crack your brain. So I'm trying to look for the one I'm familiar with. I mean, don't worry. It depends on whatever this IRR. So now let me just choose IRR. I think I should know what IRR is. IRR. So
I don't
values.
know
So now let's,
finance stuff.
yeah, about tax or something. I don't know. I'll be about investments and all this equity and stuff. So it is
Um,
asking for guess, but that guess is in square bracket. So I really don't need. Let me just click on bracket. So it's giving me a norm again. Ah, anyway, that's how to use uh formula. But then because I'm not an expert in that field, but then that's how to use
um,
it. So now let's say something like this. Now let's say if we want to use if now equals to if, you have to start with if. Now it is
Mm,
asking for logical tests. Now me, I already know that if something is logical test, it is something, it's either something is greater than one, something is less than
yeah.
one, you understand?
Yes.
So now let's say if this is greater than one, right? Because I'm expert in this one, I already know that logical test, it has to be in this format. Now it is saying that, okay, what value should I return if this particular value is greater than one? So write
Mm,
something like two, write two. So if it is false, then what should you write? Write
false.
false. So I just close the brackets and click on enter. So can you see it is saying what two? That
Right.
is this particular number is greater than what one. Now
Mm,
let's change this one to zero. Let's change this number to zero. What is it saying?
false.
False. Do you get? Now I
Mm,
want you to see something. Can you see the way I wrote this particular thing? There is some I added quotation mark. There is some I do not have because I'm actually expert in using the if. That's why I know the
mm,
syntax of how to write it. That was the mistake I was making with the financial something. There may be a way
okay.
to write it, but because that's not in my field,
It's okay with the answer.
yeah, do you understand? But then once you just follow what the what the stuff is saying, you actually
Mm,
get it. So that's actually all for the first class. Basically, you can see we've done everything here. We have the difference between formula and function, understand the basis
mm,
of function. They're actually done with the first class. And one thing about me is that when you watch a lot of things, you watch a lot of new things, you will tend to um
yes.
you will wear out. You understand?
Mm,
It will wear out. So let's just take it one step after the other. After all, we have three classes a week. We have the chance to
mm,
meet three times per week. So we not need to rush it. Just take it one step after the other. Then I
okay.
hope you, even though you know something about Excel, I hope you learned new things today too.
Sure, Angie.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, so this is where we
Mm,
stop today's class. So tomorrow it meets by 2 p.m. So one thing you need to do, so we have
mm,
a smooth classes. I will
okay.
send the recordings to you once it drops. It does not drop immediately actually. It drops like 1 hour, 2 hours after. So once it drops, I
Okay.
will send it to you. So just try to watch it before the next class. So I will
But
not
then,
start giving you a sign.
okay.
What's it?
This,
I will not start giving
um,
you
just continue. I'll talk after.
I'll not start giving you assignments now because this is literally the first class. But then I usually give a lot of assignments, a lot of projects and stuff because we actually need to build a portfolio together as I've promised.
Mm, okay. And this if statement now,
No,
I
don't worry
actually
about the
like,
if.
okay,
Okay.
because it's a lot. I've done it before, but if
You were
you,
not getting
even
it.
if it's just, yes, if it's just the quotation mark you remove, it's not going to give you this first. Like any slight
Yeah.
mistake there, it will not give you the perfect answer. Like, I
Don't
don't
worry,
want to
we
like
treat
cram it or
you don't want
something.
to
Like,
you want to
I don't,
understand it.
mm,
But you are already with Chitu.
that,
I have 3 years in teaching. I said you are with Chitu already. Yeah, I have 3 years in teaching data analysis. I've literally worked people of different background to becoming a professional in data analysis. You don't need to worry. I mean, you
okay.
can see how I broke everything down. It look
Mm,
easier.
mm, yes.
So why do you need to worry that you will need to cram anything? No, you don't need to worry. And that's how it is across different sections, all the courses in our Rosetta. Break it down.
Mm,
You don't even need to know anything about it. All you need to do is be disciplined and have enough tenacity to finish the class.
mm, I
Basically,
guess.
that's all you need. Yeah. So basically,
It's
that's
just
where
about
you will be.
consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, just try to be consistent, be disciplined, and try to fall in love with what you are doing. Because that's like the first thing. If you not like what you are doing, you will not enjoy it. And once you enjoy what you are doing, you will keep doing it. And once you keep doing it, you get better at it. Once you get better at it, you become a professional. That's how it works.
Mm.
Okay. Have a great night.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, bye.